Mass Effect 5 has a narrative problem with the way that Mass Effect 3 ended. Could the indoctrination theory come back and save it? Welcome back, Commander. A few weeks ago, I had a chat with some fabulous Mass Effect content creators, and we talked about the indoctrination theory. Now, if you're not sure what it is, in a nutshell, it's certain elements within the game that points to Shepard being indoctrinated by the Reapers. It all comes to a head at the finale of Mass Effect 3, where Shepard doesn't actually end the game, and the theory goes that the whole ending, the one with the Star Child and the Elusive Man, Anderson, and the trip through the beam, was all in Shepard's head, finishing up with Shepard waking up on Earth in the breathing scene. At the end of Mass Effect 3, you get three choices. You can destroy the Reapers, you can join with the Reapers, or you can control the Reapers, and depending on your choice, will leave the galaxy in a different state. So, for example, if you chose Synthesis, you're going to join with the Reapers, then everybody in the galaxy will get these weird glowing green arms. Obviously there's more to it than that, but if you destroy the Reapers, then all the technology is destroyed, and if you control the Reapers, then they help rebuild the galaxy. Now, Mass Effect 3 Andromeda was supposed to be their answer to this problem, because how can you make a game that carries on from Mass Effect 3 with all this world state being so different permutations? But it's not just the actual ending. There's other things like the Krogans. Are they alive? Did you cure them? Did you side with the Geth or the Quarians? Or did you bring them all together? All these options on top of the ending is going to give the galaxy a different state for different players. So, Andromeda was a brand new galaxy. You can take all the races there and it's like a fresh start, so to speak. But it didn't quite go down well, and I'm struggling to finish it. Some people actually want to return to the Milky Way. In the trailers we've seen, it does appear that Liara is going to have some involvement, which means at some point we're going to be set in the Milky Way system, even if they do move to the Andromeda system at a later date. So how do they address the current state of the galaxy? One option is to make an ending canon, but that opens up a whole world of pain for them. Mass Effect 3's ending was shrouded in controversy, resulting in the extended cut being made. Having one as a canonical ending would just reopen all those old wounds, and I can't see them wanting to go down that rabbit hole again. Another option would be just to ignore it. We know that Liara looks physically older in the trailer, meaning that the game is going to be set in the future, or at least some point in the future. It could be perfectly edited so that we don't actually see the Milky Way. We've seen the frozen planet and her picking up that piece of N7 helmet, but if that's all we see before she makes a trip to Andromeda, then they've kind of circumvented the issue. However, I don't think that's going to please many fans either. People still actually want closure, even though the game's over 12 years old. So another option is the Deus Ex route, which is some variation of all three endings actually happen. Personally, I think this would be an awful idea, because I mean, how can you destroy them and then join with them and then synthesize with them and then control them all at the same time? So how do they please fans wanting closure without actually making a canon ending and taking in everybody's choice? I suppose they could just make three different storylines in which branches off into a subworld state, but that seems like an awful lot of work to do, and to be fair, they're going to want to streamline the game, especially after the bulk of it is going to take place in Andromeda. So here's where the indoctrination theory could actually come back. Originally poo-pooed by the developers, they could actually use it as the main plot point, changing the end of Mass Effect 3 altogether. The Crucible only had one function. Shepard only just barely survived that shot from the beam of Harbinger, in a sense making Destroy canon, but not canon at the same time. The only thing canon from it is that he or she was taking that breath. Everything else that happened after the beam run was in Shepard's head. It could be a way to bring back the Elusive Man and Anderson, because they weren't actually there in that final scene. They could then state that the Crucible fired, wiping out all the Reapers, but not wiping out all electronic life, and therefore EDI and the Geth are still alive. And that way, whenever you play Mass Effect 3 on a replay, it doesn't matter what ending you choose, because you can just enjoy the moment of Shepard being indoctrinated. Once the Crucible is fired, anybody that was indoctrination is broken free, and then we can find out what happened to Shepard after the events of Mass Effect 3. Indoctrination theory isn't perfect, and it does have its flaws, so they probably would have to tighten things up a little, maybe a couple of retcons here and there, and not everybody likes the indoctrination theory, so even this could actually upset fans. Bioware have got themselves in a little bit of a hole on how to move the story forward, whilst keeping everybody happy. This is the problem when you give people too much choice. It does feel good conversation. And doing so, I chatted some other Mass Effect creators about this very subject. And to see that, then you need to watch the video that's on screen now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Commander.